So I said after a bad start I was really confident for this game versus Gully Reapers, and yeah, really pleased with the result. Comprehensive 5-0 win. So let's talk standout players. Now, as I've documented, the defence has really been disappointing for me, and I believe in all my players. That's why we've signed them, that's why we keep them at the club. But I felt let down by Konate, I felt let down by Bremer, and to be fair, Van Dijk is not an exception. It's just that with his leadership qualities and his ability, unless he performs extremely poorly, I can't afford to exile him from the 11. So anyway, Laporta came back, but wasn't really match fit because he's straight back from injury. But as a result of the poor performances by the other defenders, I put him straight back in. And I'm happy to say we got a clean sheet and Laporta got an assist. We gave a debut to Jude Bellingham. In this tactical setup, it just seemed like he was a great fit. First half, he did alright. He didn't look like he didn't belong. Second half, he excelled and justified my decision in leaving the likes of Joshua Kimmich on the bench, who is a team leader and one of our best players. I just saw in Jude's attributes that perhaps it was time to give him his debut. With 2 assists, he was instrumental in us performing so well and getting the victory. So really pleased with Jude's performance and contribution to the new setup, and he'll be starting in the next game. Gabriel Jesus, after being our best player in our last match versus Telford Tigers, which was a draw, in this game he was the man of the match overall. Scintillating performance in the second half, great finishing. He's just perfect in this new setup, it would seem. I've got him playing in a very special role on the right hand side. I don't want to put out too much about the roles that we're choosing and tactics for obvious reasons, but yeah, really worked in the role, and hopefully he can continue going forward. Obviously his form has been good for us from the start of the season. I saw him performing well in training. I think there was a friendly which he did well in, so I decided to bring him into the side against Telford Tigers and dropped Mane. And we didn't win that game like I said, but he was our best player, so we played him again in his new setup, and yeah, a hat-trick speaks for itself. And I think he got an assist, perfect match rating of 10. So really happy with him, and he'll be starting next game. A special mention to Kostas Tsimikas at left back. We put him in because in this setup, we need a left back to have very little weaknesses. He doesn't excel in any one particular department, maybe crossing to be fair, but he's quite rounded. So I've chosen him over Guerrero, and Davis was injured, so it was out of Guerrero and him to get selected. Usually it would be Guerrero, but yeah, I chose him. And the young left back was one of the outstanding players, honestly. All over his side of the pitch, he did a great job and he got an assist. So I've got to give him a special mention. As for injuries, I think Davis will still be out for our next game. Kante twisted his ankle in this match, so he's going to be out. We was also missing Vlahovic, our top scorer. Well, he was our top scorer. I think Jesus might be now. He will be back for this game, but I don't want to mess with the starting 11 too much. But Vlahovic, having performed so well in all the games, he might get back in. But yeah, as for injuries, there's a few injuries there, but I know how to move around the pieces. That's something I actually relish, as you saw in this game. So overall, I'm really pleased with the performance and the way that my first attempt to creating my own tactics from scratch, from a blank page, had the results of it. You know, we never gave Gully Reapers a chance. They weren't allowed to play, and the result looked inevitable, even though it took us a bit long to get on a score sheet. Once we did, they were never in with a shout. So I'm chuffed, and we're going to look to this setup that we have, look for any weaknesses in it, and yeah, going forward we're hoping for more consistency in terms of the results and to start climbing the table in order for us to retain our title. Next, we've got top of the table Genesis. We're looking forward to that so we can gain some ground, climb the table. So yeah, roll on week 4. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, give us a thumbs up. And also, if you're a fan of football, fantasy football, football manager, eFootball, FIFA, you name it, subscribe to the channel. Peace.